Alright, so we about to check out a Kendra G media video. We're gonna see what she talking about on this one right here. She got a little lady. She doing a little show. She talking that shit with us. So let's see if this is going to be a productive conversation.
I'm 43 and I live in Las Vegas.
Jamie, 43 in Las Vegas. I love your energy. What do you do for a living?
So I am a business owner. I have a transportation company and I also have a mentorship program that I run. And I do a lot of like web stuff and webinars and things like that.
Okay.
And I'm also an author. So I have a book I published at the top of this year that is on Amazon and everywhere else. So I have a lot of things going on.
Okay. Do you have any kids?
I do. I have 3 kids. Pretty much. I have, well, let's just say this. I have 3 kids, but 2 of them are grown. My son is 26. My other son is 21.
Okay.
So I really have one child, my daughter, who's 15, who lives with me.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
All right. So tell me, okay, what you have?
Now, fellas, that you guys that are older, I'm sorry, but the moment she mentions daughter living with her, immediate red flag. Sorry, it's immediate red flag. You got to be very, very careful when it comes to dating someone that has a child, especially a daughter. You got to be very, very careful, all right? Because in any given moment, any given minute, something can be said about you that does not have to be true based off some emotional response, and you could be up in some bullshit. Something not go up a child's way, and they say some shit that's not true at all, and they put people through some bullshit. And then later on come on and admit that it was a lie. You can't play with that, man. Can't play with that. So guys, be careful when it comes to that.
All right, Jimmy, what kind of man you looking for?
So I'm looking for a man that's not going to be intimidated by the fact that I am living an abstinent lifestyle until I meet the man that I'm going to marry.
Okay. All right. Automatically run to the red flag. Already, you already come with some baggage. And you already stacking some things against yourself. Now, listen, I know that I may not be on her radar, but I'm looking at this as a possible, not just a play, listening to her as a woman, saying what she has to offer and thinking like, would I fuck with her? I'm just play. It's play. But I'm thinking like automatically like, why would I do that? And I'm not saying she got to be a hoe, but like, come on now, be realistic.
On the show last year, and we had that conversation because I want to be abstinent. Like, I don't want to be clouded, my judgment clouded by sex. Like, I want to get to know that man without jumping into bed with him. So the man that begins with me is going to have to be okay with that.
Okay.
So how long have you been abstinent for? So
it has been, well, it's been a year, but it initially started 3 years ago. And I met somebody in January that I knew for like 7-8 months, and we met up, and it was a whole thing. So I thought it was going to be more than what it was, but it ended up being just that, and I never seen him again. So
he was your friend for years?
He was my friend. Well, I knew him I met him during the pandemic, and we would talk almost every day, and we were friends for like 8 months. And then he showed up in Vegas. He called me.
Wait, so after you had sex, you never heard from him again?
I never called him again. I told him that I knew that he wasn't my husband, and that if this is what it was going to be, I'm not going to be that woman. And so we never spoke again.
So you had to get.
So after you had sex that one time, you wanted him to marry you?
No, he didn't want to marry me, but I wanted to see at least how I at least wanted us to be dating. I at least wanted us to have.
So he didn't want to date you after you had. All right. So after you had sex, he didn't want to date.
No, he didn't want to even date.
So you didn't know that before you had sex?
So did he want to have sex with you again?
He wanted to have sex with me. So he wanted, whenever he came to Vegas, he thought that was what it was going to be with us. He wanted to have a jump off. And I was like, nah, that's not who I am. If you're not trying to be with me, we're not doing nothing else neither.
No. We're not letting you slide with that. Abstinence isn't your problem. It's just you don't know how to vet. Abstinence is not the problem. If you would have asked the right questions before, you would have known. I mean, so I know some guys are manipulative and stuff like that. I get it. I know some people are manipulative when it comes to those things. But if you ask the right questions up front, then you should know. But I wonder if she's gonna ask that.
Got you. Okay, so now you're abstinent again.
Okay.
So now I haven't spoken to him since then.
That
was
sound good.
January.
That should sound good.
And I have not seen him since.
Okay.
Okay, so now you want to. So now you're not. So if you meet a guy, it has to lead to marriage in order for y'all to have sex. If you're not leading that direction, y'all can date. So you want to date somebody exclusively, but still not be intimate.
Yeah. I'm not interested in anything that's not going to lead to marriage. I'm too old to be just dating to be dating.
Have you ever been married?
Cap. You better never tell no other dude that story you just told. Hey, ladies, if y'all listening right here, y'all better get game too. I know y'all may be mad about me being so harsh and straight up, but y'all better get game too, right? No, she better never tell no other dude that story she just told about how she got finessed out the draws after trying to claim abstinence before, but now you can go hard on your abstinence with me when you let it go for somebody else who did you wrong. Like I'm not trying to do you wrong. I'm trying to be with you for real. Just because that person finessed you, I gotta go through the pains and shit like that, man. I'm sorry, but this is how men think, and you are going to be judged based on that. I'm sorry.
Okay, before
I
you
was married once.
You was married once, or you did say that. Okay, so let's keep going. So besides abstinence, any other deal breakers?
Cigarette smoke.
Cigarette smoke.
I fussed it out.
And you can't have more than like 4 kids with a whole bunch of different baby mamas.
Okay.
That's a deal breaker for me.
But you got.
That's a deal breaker for her.
Yeah.
But you got.
And like even little kids, like I don't even mind a man that has.
Cynthia, you better call out.
I mean, even though my youngest is 15, I don't mind a man that has younger kids. So I don't mind a man with kids, but anytime when you go over 4 and they all different baby mamas, it starts to become hairy. And I don't got time for that.
Okay, how many children fathers do you have?
I have 3. I have 2. All my kids have different fathers, and it.
So you draw this imaginary line at 3. Hey, this some funny shit. I'm sorry.
All my kids have different fathers, but in my case though, it was never an issue because none of them ever was around. Even
Kendra?
my daughter's father, and I was married to him, and they've never been a part of their lives, so it was never an issue.
Kendra?
Pause. You just sat your ass up on this show talking about a man having 4 kids and multiple baby mamas, and you got 3 baby daddies.
Get up.
And then you gonna back it up by saying it ain't a problem because they wasn't in the kid's life. Like
Get
that
up.
made it better. That actually makes it worse because that means you picked 3 different men who wasn't gonna be around for their child.
Worse.
So how do you think that's a better explanation?
Yeah.
It's not.
And that's why she wouldn't go to some extreme abstinence. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck. It's what comes down. So you can't all of a sudden want to change the price for me. You want to all of a sudden change the price for me? Just because of your bad decisions and you giving out deals, discount. You get a kid. You get raw pussy. You get raw pussy. But no, you get no pussy. The fuck? Make that make sense. Make that make sense. I know this may be harsh for some, but I'm sorry. Make sense of that shit.
Not a better explanation. It just shows where I was in my life at that point and why it was what it was, the decisions that I was making.
So why can't a guy like you once been in a position in his life like that and be different right now like you? Like you essentially just said you would not date yourself. And you say you're not going to date a man that's not going to have sex with you. Now I'm going to need you to
draw dropped. Good shit, Kendra. Thank you, Kendra, being on some real shit. I don't watch Kendra G outside of the virus stuff and her beef with the manosphere and Kevin Samuels. So you know, I haven't seen too many other things as far as holding people accountable, except one time when some girl said she was looking for a new husband while her actual husband was on his deathbed and she just had a baby. She was looking for a new father right then and there. And Ken just told her she wasn't shit. But then she had a beef with Kevin Samuels and everything like that. So I'm like, it skewed my judgment. So I'm still trying to learn who Kendra G is from my own eyes. But sometimes, you know, sometimes she be, you know, it is what it is. I'm still trying to understand, trying to get my own understanding. I'm loyal to my guys, but I'm not trying to be that guy. You feel me?
Watch this video back and pretend that you not yourself to see the bullshit that you saying.
Nah, but just because that was my life then, that doesn't mean that's what.
So
I
okay, listen, I agree with you on that. But you're Xing a guy out. He can say the same thing.
Exactly.
You just said a man with multiple baby mamas got 4 kids, and I'm not mad at that because I agree with that. But you have the same resume as that guy.
That's the thing about ladies. Like a lot of times they talk their shit. Very emotionally, they talk their shit, express themselves, and they be feeling like they so right, they on point. But sometimes you gotta tell them like, look, you know, listen. You know, if I flip things, the same things that you are saying that are wrong or bad, you should not do, you fall in the same exact categories, and that can apply in so many different situations. But ladies, they don't see it, because they are responding emotionally to situations, they're not thinking logically. If you think logically about those things, then you become more understanding of how people are getting in those situations, and then you could deal with them accordingly, you know? Instead of with some type of skewed judgment that makes you possibly may not even be able to deal with somebody because you're not even understanding them, and you're being outrageous because you're reacting in wild ways you shouldn't be reacting in to normal life shit that you couldn't even get over your damn self.
And you're saying with you,
but I don't though, because first
you got 3 baby daddies.
I'm talking about a man that has more kids with multiple baby mamas and problems. I don't care about how many baby mamas you have as long as it's not drama. I wasn't coming with drama with my baby daddies because they weren't around. So how do you coming with drama?
That's drama.
Issues and problems.
That's drama. I'm sorry I'm cutting off. That's drama. You know why that's drama? Because now, you gonna be looking to that new man to take over the jobs for those baby fathers. Because now you may be judging him on his ability to be able to step in for those children. In her situation, I'm gonna be honest, her situation, 2 of those children are older, so she may not go through those same issues as some people may go through with younger children. She may not go through the same issues, but I'm just trying to have that more wider, more vague conversation for outside of this conversation.
That's fair too, but what I'm saying is you have 3 baby daddies. So how do you know that he can't have 4 baby mamas or 3 baby mamas in no drama like you have no drama?
Well, wait a minute. If he doesn't have drama with it, then that's fine too. And if his kids are grown, like my kids are grown and he's older, then that's okay too. I'm just saying I don't want I don't want a man with a whole bunch of kids and a whole bunch of baby mama drama. That's what I'm saying.
So do you understand? That's fair, right? Okay. That's fair. But I just gotta give you a mirror. So if a guy said, I don't want to be with you because you got 3 baby daddies and none of them were there for their kids, so I think you didn't have good selection skills. Would you see that, or would you say that guy doesn't know you?
Of course, because I'm not for everybody, just like everybody's not for me. So I wouldn't be mad at that. Because everybody has their preference, and my preference is I'm at a stage in my life where I want peace because I'm older, and fighting in the street with people's baby mamas ain't my thing. So that's why I'm saying that. It's not about how many kids he has or the decisions that he made, because I've been there. I made those decisions. But what I'm saying is I just don't want the drama.
Okay.
That's all.
And that's fine. That's fine. I think nobody wants that. No woman really, I think, wants to be with a guy that has multiple baby daddies. So I wasn't really mad at that. But you was judging it, saying they got 4 kids with a whole bunch of kids, a whole bunch of baby mamas. And
she getting spicy with it.
You said you had 3 children's fathers. It's like, girlfriend, y'all resumes neck and neck, but you're saying Your kids are grown. His kids can be grown too, though. So now you change. So now you're saying,
and that's okay.
Okay.
If his kids are grown and that's not a part of our everyday life, then I have no problem with that at all.
Perspective is a motherfucker. That's what I'm left with from that situation. Perspective is a motherfucker. Because when you flip that shit, that makes people think like, okay. Make them swallow their words. And they have to look at things from a different perspective. So I'm glad that Kendra G was on point to call her out, to make her swallow those words, and hopefully it makes her change that. You know, I doubt she finds someone from this show. I doubt that she does. But in her own life, as she maneuvers and navigates, she could think like, damn, I do have a lot of cards stacked up against me. Maybe I need to be less harsh on people, and I can find me a better situation and be able to appreciate my situation that I find myself in. And also understand that I don't want any more cards stacked up against me that's bad. Let me operate and navigate better in certain situations, you know? Meaning vetting and picking better men to give myself up to. Especially the womb, you feel me? But what y'all think about this situation? I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here though. It's boy Stacy and I fuck with you. Why? Because you fucks with me. Hey, I'm out.